Okay, does somebody want to tell me what the frick just happened? Wow, that was a freaking great pay-per-view. That was probably the best Money in the Bank pay-per-view I've seen since John Cena and CM Punk's match in 2011 at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view there in Chicago. Tonight they were at the O2 Arena in London, England. Had a couple shocking things happen on the show, couple returns, one double cross, and, just an all-around good pay-per-view. Nothing really bad on this show. I think the weakest of these matches was the women's tag team title match. So, I am Destiny, the host of the Decimania YouTube channel, and this is your review for Money in the Bank 2023. Please hit that notification bell. Please subscribe. Hit that like button. Share the video with your friends, family, whoever. Need all the viewers and subscribers I can possibly get. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, obviously the most shocking thing on this show. Did not see this coming. Roman Reigns has been pinned for the first time since December of 2019. Hey, that was the year I graduated. Roman Reigns has not been pinned since the freaking year that I graduated. 3.5 years ago. Or 4.5 years ago, whenever I think it was. Yeah. But this was shocking. So now what does this do? I'll get into that and all that when we come to it. But we kicked it off with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. This was Logan Paul, Damian Priest, Shinsuke Nakamura, Ricochet, Santos Escobar, Butch, and LA Knight. Yeah. Sorry, I had to. But my initial pick was LA Knight until a couple weeks ago when Damian Priest and Finn started having their drama. And then I was like, oh, okay, you know what? This will be a good way for them to further that storyline. If Priest wins Money in the Bank, I'm going to change my prediction. And I was right. Damian Priest is your winner. I really don't remember who I predicted for the Roman and Solo and Usos match. I don't remember. I think it was Roman and Solo, I think I predicted. So I believe I got 5 out of 7 predictions right. But this men's match was better. I liked the women's match just fine. I liked it, but this one had more spots. This is going to take me a minute. I'm just going to give you the spots I remember. So, Ricochet and Logan Paul I don't care what anyone says. Logan Paul had no business in that match, but he was one of the freaking show stealers in this match. Let's face it. You can't deny it. I don't like Logan Paul much, but he had a good showing in this match. He took a freaking bump off of the ladder. I think it was him and Ricochet, maybe, that went through the table that Logan Paul had set up. There was a spot like that. There was a freaking spot where LA Knight tried to get up there several times and get it. And he knocked off Butch at one point off the ladder. At one point it was LA Knight on there. Then it was like Damian Priest by himself or something. Somebody was in there. A couple people were like that at some point in the match. But Logan Paul almost got it. Just a bunch of false finishes. Look, I can't name. This is like This is almost like the freaking Hell in a Cell match where I just can't name every... It's really hard for me to review a ladder match. All I'm gonna say about it is that it was freaking crazy. And Damian Priest wound up winning it. It was a great match. So many spots in this match, I can't even freaking count. People going through ladders and tables. All that fun stuff. Oh, frick. I didn't even pay attention to the women's tag team title match. That much, but I don't even think they teased anything to do with what's gonna be talked about next. This was shocking. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are your new your new unified tag team champions. Sorry, I forgot that they unified them. But they won these tag team titles with an assist, believe it or not, from Shayna Baszler. Shayna had, I think it was Liv in the Karaputa clutch at one point. Ronda broke it up somehow, I don't remember. I looked away for a minute. But, didn't look away. Couldn't have looked away. Or couldn't have seen it had I been looking at the screen, because, I can't actually see it. But you know what I mean. But Ronda had the match won, and then Shayna prevents Ronda from winning the match. She, pulls her out of the ring, and she turns on Ronda. And then Raquel hit the Tejana Bomb, Liv Morgan hit the Oblivion, and they are your new women's tag team champions. Look, I don't know how I feel about this. It's a good win for them, it's fine, but maybe maybe they are going with them. I figured it would be Raquel or Liv that turned on each other, but I didn't think it would be Shayna and Ronda. I didn't see that coming at all, so that was a nice twist. Up next was the Intercontinental title match. I think we all obviously knew who was going to win this. Gunther dominated this match. Enough said. Riddle did look pretty good in this, but let's face it. Gunther won. He basically took the protective tape off of the ribs of Riddle and just started chopping the crap out of him. Imperium didn't get involved in this match. See, there's your difference right there between a heel. There's a difference between a cowardly heel and somebody who is menacing. Yeah, Roman Reigns can seem menacing sometimes, but he's just a coward. Gunther, you think I want to cross this path? No thanks. No, I'll pass. Poor Riddle didn't have a good night either. I like Matt Riddle, I do, but we all knew Gunther was going to win it. You don't need to be doing anything with that Intercontinental title until September 8th has come and gone. Then you can do whatever you want. For example, Drew McIntyre came back. We figured he might. Not really a surprise return. The surprise return was actually John Cena. But oh wow. This match was good. Drew came out, hesitated for a second, hit him with the Glasgow Kiss, Gunther, and then hit him with the Claymore in the middle of the ring. So he will be challenging Gunther for the Intercontinental title at some point. Maybe SummerSlam? Maybe, I don't know, maybe you do it. I don't know. I honestly wouldn't do Drew and I wouldn't do Drew and Gunther until either SummerSlam or the record has been broken on September 8th. I don't think you should have anyone beat him until that record is broken. You might as well just hold it out until then. I mean, I get it, SummerSlam will be a big show, but don't they have like another Saudi show this year? I don't know, but so Drew's back. Then we had Cody Rhodes and Dominic Mysterio. Now, half of my prediction was right on this. When I say I got 5 out of 7 predictions right, I was talking about match winners specifically. But I also predicted that Brock was going to come back and attack Cody after the match. No Brock. I think Brock comes back on Monday night. Maybe. So, Cody and Dominic made their entrances. I almost said Cody and Brock. But Cody got a nice reception. They let Dominic have it. But this was freaking great. I don't remember if John Cena came back after or before this, but I'm going to review this match first, and then I'll get into the Cena stuff. This was pretty good. I mean, I liked it. It was fine. Rhea tried to get involved, as she always does. And Dominic tried to loosen the turnbuckle. I don't know if he tried to loosen the turnbuckle pad or if he tried to unscrew the turnbuckle itself, like the whole thing. He's probably going to take it off the thing and use it as a weapon, but I don't think he ever did that. I think Cody caught him or the referee caught him or something like that, but Dominic tried to run away. He tried to run through the crowd because Cody was beating the crap out of him. Cody took I love this. Cody took the cast off of his arm, and Dominic just kind of went, oh crap, okay, and starts running, and Cody started laying in shots once he caught up to him. He hit the disaster kick, and then hit a Cody cutter. Dominic hit a frog splash, and then tried to go for the 619. Cody caught him, intercepted it, hit the crossroads, and the disaster kick, or Cody cutter, hit the crossroads for the 1, 2, 3, and Cody Rhodes defeats Dominic Mysterio. So, it was good. I liked it. I think I like this match better than the women's tag team title match, although the Shayna turn was pretty shocking. Then we got John Cena. He came out, and he basically, I don't know what he did. Like, I don't know if he was retiring or if he was just coming out and saying that he was trying to promote WrestleMania. Like, I know he said he wanted to get WrestleMania in England. You could do that. Why don't you just do that? Just bump the Stand and Deliver show to the week before for NXT. Do that. You could literally have it. You could do what you did for Money in the Bank. Just have it at an earlier start time in England. It's possible. You can do it. But Cena came out and wanted to try to get WrestleMania booked in London, and then Grayson Waller came out and basically talked him down, said that, I like John Cena growing up, but you're disrespectful or something like that, and they had a war of words. Don't really remember what else said, but Grayson Waller attacked him. And then Cena got him up for the AA. Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was fine for what it was. I mean, they could have just... I don't know. I was surprised to see John Cena. That surprising turn I actually didn't expect. Drew McIntyre I kind of expected, but nonetheless. Then it was time for the women's Money in the Bank. It was Trish Stratus, Becky Lynch. Sorry, excuse me. Trish Stratus, Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Io Sky, Bayley, and Zelina Vega. Trish and Zoe, I think it was them, must have been, took out Becky early on in the match, isolated her. Trish tried to win it. They handcuffed Becky to the ropes. This was honestly let's just face it. Zelina Vega was the odd person in this match, because everybody else had a story going on. This was mainly two conflicting stories. Damage Control, and you had Becky and Trish and Zoe. Zelina was kind of on an island by herself. She didn't really have anybody to, look to help maybe even the odds a bit. I mean, yeah, it was every woman for themselves, but everybody else seemed to have kind of a story. But a lot of spots in this match, a couple handcuff spots. They handcuffed Becky to the ring post. And then Trish and Becky tried to get up there. Who did she... I think she had Bayley. Becky was able to get out of the handcuffs and do some kind of fishhook style move on... I think that's where you put the thing on their mouth or something and pull back on it or push down on it, like with the handcuff, where you go to lock their arm. I don't know, but she did something to Bayley. At one point in the match, Io got up on the ladder and Bayley knocked her off of there, which Wade Barrett, I love how Wade Barrett on commentary, that's who the commentary team was. It was Michael Cole and Wade Barrett, for obvious reasons. Wade Barrett's from England, but Wade Barrett was like, she didn't see her, and Michael was like, you don't think she didn't intentionally do that? And Wade's like, it's every person for themselves. And it's like, yeah, we know, but at the same time, that's your damage control running mate. Oh, and before the match, I had to point this out. I'm sorry. I like Samantha Irvin. I do. But she messed up her call when she was introducing Bayley. She introduced Bayley as a member of Judgment Day instead of Damage Control, which I thought was kind of funny, but I'll let it slide. I mean, people make mistakes. I think she's okay as long as Triple H doesn't flip out, which I don't think she'll have to worry about that. It's Vinnie Mac you have to worry about flipping out, but no, I'll let that slide. Anyway. So, then Io handcuffs Becky to Bayley, and then climbs over Io or Bayley and Becky, and wins the Money in the Bank ladder match for the women. I remembered more about that match than I did the freaking men's match. Probably just because of the story. There was more story, I guess. Like, the main story in the men's was Damian Priest winning it, but it was good. It was good. I liked the men's Money in the Bank match a little better, but this match wasn't bad. I like that Io Sky won it. Then it was time for our World Heavyweight Championship defense. It was Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Now, the story in this match was a couple things. Finn Balor and Seth had history from 7 years ago when they faced each other for the inaugural Universal Championship that Roman Reigns now holds. Not for long, but Finn had to relinquish it after he won it because it got injured in the match. He had to pop his shoulder back into place and finish the match, but then he had to relinquish the belt 22 hours later. But Seth had injured ribs going into this from the countless attacks by Finn Balor over the weeks. That was the story of the match here. He worked over the ribs of Rollins. I don't know, it was a good 2 minutes maybe a minute and a half, where the fans were just singing Seth Rollins' theme song. Freaking insane. Damian Priest came out during the match at one point, and then we thought he was going to cash it in because the fans were starting to chant, cash it in, and he didn't. He just sat down. But I think he's slowly going to turn. He just sat there. He's going to turn. He's going to turn slowly. Not yet. It might not be yet. It might not be until he either cashes in or he turns on Finn Balor or they kick him out. But maybe it's a case where Balor gets a rematch or something and then wins it from Seth. And then Damian cashes in. That could happen. If you wanted to still keep it a babyface win. But this was good. This was great. It was. I like this match. My favorite match on the card was probably either the main event or the men's Money in the Bank. It was either the opener or the main event, but good match. I think they could have a better match at SummerSlam, maybe. I think that's where you do the rematch, and then maybe Balor cashes in. Or not Balor, Priest cashes in. He got up and distracted Finn, and that's what gave Seth the opportunity to give him a curb stomp and win. But the story was in the main event, obviously. The Bloodline. They didn't really tease anything other than, I think this might be a tease. There might have been a tease in this match where it's not gonna be long until he either turns or Roman kicks him out. There was a tease if you looked for it. If you know what to look for. The main event of Money in the Bank was the Bloodline Civil War. It was Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa taking on the Usos. We had a backstage thing with Sammy and Kevin basically saying that they would just probably be watching the match. I figured they would come out, their music hit, so I figured they were coming out, but they didn't, I don't think. I don't know what that was all about, but wow. So many false finishes in this match that you thought, with every one that Roman hit, with every spear, every Superman punch that Jay or Jimmy would kick out of, you just got more shocked. There was a ref bump in the match. This was the first time that there was a ref bump in a Roman Reigns match that he did not win. Ever since this reign that he's been on, or run that he's been on, there have been countless, I don't know how many freaking ones anymore. It's almost desensitizing to how many ref bumps we saw, or that we've seen over the 3.5 years that he's held this belt. That the referee gets taken out and Roman somehow finds a way to win. That didn't happen here. And not only that, but I thought Solo was going to get, right when Jay hit the splash, when he pinned Roman, I thought Solo was going to get up from where Jimmy put him through the table and, help Roman, but it didn't come. Paul Heyman didn't get involved in this match. Well, he did. He gave Roman his usual pep talk, but I thought they were going to, take out Paul. I wish they would have, but, But yeah, this was a good match. So many false finishes. Jay hit a pair of super kicks on Roman at one point when they both tagged in, and he hit a Hurricane Rana. Roman got Jimmy in the guillotine at one point. Jimmy stayed in it, fought out of it, stayed in the match. Solo and Jimmy fought to the outside. Solo put Jimmy on the table, got up to the top of the barricade, and he looks at Roman, and he hesitates. And right when he did that, I was like, he's going to freaking hesitate, and Jimmy's going to get out of the freaking way. Don't do this, you idiot. And sure enough, that's what happened. Jimmy got out of the way, and Solo was down, tagged into the match, hit the splash, then Jay tagged in, he hit one, Roman tried to hit it, they both hit a double spear on Roman at one point, before Solo stopped it. But yeah, this is just, wow, I'm still in shock about this. What do they do from here? But then Jay hits Splash. This is where I thought Solo was going to pin him. Sorry if I'm missing stuff from this show. It's hard to freaking catch everything. But Jey Uso is the first person to pin Roman Reigns since 2019. Which makes me think that Jay is either going to be the one that is either close to taking the title from him, or he's going to take it. They're going to pull the trigger with Jay. I still hope it's Cody. I wouldn't mind Jay. Look, obviously, it feels like Cody's kind of an afterthought at this point. Maybe not. Maybe they're just buying time until he ends his feud with Brock. But after Jay, who's really left? Jay's already faced him twice. This time is different though. Same with Kevin, this is different. Jay pinned him. Now I hope what this is a way to establish that panic in Roman Reigns that the next time he does defend his title and he's completely by himself, or maybe not even by himself, but he's only got Paul Heyman, maybe Solo's turned on him at this point and he's like, crap, I can be beat. I don't see them just giving him wins. You can't do that after what just happened now. You can't do that. It wouldn't make sense for Jay to just pin him and then Roman goes back on this winning streak. That's not gonna make any sense. I mean, yeah, that might be a blemish, but at this point, you've got to start thinking about plans to take the belt off of him now. Whether it be Jay or whether it be Cody, which I hope it is. Look, I'm not going to get mad if it's Jay. But I would be more open to Jay doing it if you just hadn't put Cody in the planted the seeds for Cody to do it. If Cody wasn't involved in this storyline, or if Cody wasn't still in the title picture, which, I mean, he probably still is, but he's kind of on... We're just going to let this Bloodline storyline play out until we decide to bring him back into this. Maybe they're not going to bring Cody back into it until after he's either by himself or either Paul or Solo have turned on him. Or he's gotten rid of them. One of them. But I wouldn't mind if it was Jay if Cody wasn't involved in this at all. But I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to flip out if Jay wins it. It'll be a good moment for him. But, I still think it should be Cody. Maybe it's a situation where now he'll just lose non-title matches and get pinned in them. And, until he loses the title and every title defense he has, he somehow win. I could see that happening, maybe. I don't know. But either way, this is a good pay-per-view. This is probably one of the best I've seen all year. That freaking England crowd, that London crowd was freaking on fire tonight. I like crowds like that. You don't see crowds like that in the States much. But when WWE goes overseas and does, I like what Triple H is doing with this now. Do more of these international pay-per-views. I like them. They make these moments much more special that way. But yeah, now we'll have to see what happens. This was a good show. I like the shockers on this show. Let's see what happens with the Judgment Day. It almost seems like both of the top factions, the Judgment Day and the Bloodline, are crumbling. I mean, the Bloodline more so than Judgment Day right now, but eventually Dominic's gonna get kicked out, and then Rhea, but Priest is going first. Now the only one left to turn is Solo for the Bloodline. I don't see Paul Heyman turning on Roman unless he goes with Solo. Or they do something to him. But let's see. Overall, I liked it. Let me know your guys' thoughts on Money in the Bank. Let me know what you thought of Jey Uso pinning Roman Reigns. Let me know all those facts down in the comments. Or not facts, but thoughts down in the comments. And I will see you guys, if not tomorrow, later this week. Might have a couple TNA DVDs for you, reviews for you. But haven't done one of them in a while. But we'll see. As usual, I'll be here next week for my Impact review. This will be my 4th one. If you guys haven't checked my latest one out, it got split into 2 parts. So if you want to watch it, it's in 2 parts now. But I will see you guys next week. Have a good night. Peace.